Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng patnubay at gabay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
A soft touch. He's got 23. He is turning back the clock offensively here in the first half. Leonard up for the layup. Got it and fouled, and now San Antonio is pulling away. And the American Airlines Arena has gone quiet. Slammed in by LeBron James, who had lost his headband.
Anderson steps in, goes into the second row to save it. With one sneaker, Miller hits a three.
Ejected by LeBron, swatted it away. He's doing it all here in the fourth.
Doing it on both ends, the MVP without the headband.
Parker pulls back. That's a three-pointer.
It's good.
An absolute stunning turnaround in the final minute and a half. And James with a clutch three-pointer to keep their hopes alive.
Rebound, Bosch has got it. Clears, Allen fires. Oh, Ray Allen! He drills it. We're going to overtime.
They need a three. Cross-court pass to Green. Blocked by Bosch. Game over.
We were a few seconds away from winning the championship. We let it go.
They're the best two words in team sports. Game 7.
Here's Game 7 of the 2013 NBA Finals between San Antonio and Miami. It's live from the American Airlines Arena in Miami, Florida. Are you ready for this? Hello and welcome to the show. It will be decided tonight. Can the San Antonio Spurs win their 5th championship, or will it be the 3rd for the Miami Heat? With me to find out are Robert Youngblood and Carl Brown. And Carl, I'll start with you. In reflecting, is Coach Popovich maybe questioning some of his moves he made in the final moments of Game 6?
I don't think he's questioning his move. A lot of people are questioning what he did at the end of the game by not having Duncan in the game. It comes down to missed free throws. Kawhi Leonard and Ginobili. If they make their free throws, nobody's talking about that last-second rebound at the end of the game for the three-point shot by Ray Allen.
Robert, what's your comfort level with Popovich, Game 7 on the road?
Oh, I'm very confident in Pop. 16-year veteran, been with that team for a long time. It's all about him rolling the dice. And as Carl was saying, did he roll the dice correctly? I think he did I think he didn't roll the dice correctly because Tim Duncan should have been on the floor. And if he would have been on the floor, he wouldn't have had those 2 3-pointers. They would have been celebrating the championship.
Yes or no? Start Ginobili, 8 turnovers in Game 6.
Yeah, you got to start Ginobili because you need that energy early from him. If you can get him going early, he'll be there throughout the game.
Best player in this game is definitely going to be LeBron James. So does having the best player mean you get the win?
No, it's not having the best player that you're going to win. You need the supporting cast. Having the best player to close out the game and to give you that momentum is what you need from LeBron James. And he's a man on a mission. He wants to be up there with Michael Jordan, so he'll be ready tonight.
Yeah, we'll see some of LeBron's numbers from the last game, but let's move quickly here to Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan has 25 points at the half. They stopped passing the ball to him. You being a former guard, come on, guard, why do you stop passing the ball to your big man?
Yeah, it's not a matter of you passing the ball. Give Miami Heat credit. They squeezed the three-point shooters. They played great defense on Tony Parker. And Tim Duncan, 37 years old, he didn't have any legs. It was all down to fatigue and the Miami Heat's defense for me.
Well, the visiting team has not won the NBA Finals Game 7 since 1978. We're going to head over for the national anthem.
Miami, that thrilling win in overtime, 103-100 in
And now,
Game
ladies
6.
and gentlemen,
And
please
time now for
standing and
Julia
remove your
Dale to
hats
sing the national
for the
anthem.
singing of our national anthem. And give a warm Heat welcome to Julia Dale.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous for this fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that her flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Kawhi Leonard. Number 9, Tony Parker. Number 4, Danny Green. And number 20, Manu Ginobili. The head coach of the Spurs is Greg Popovich.
San Antonio claiming that it came off of LeBron. And Monty McCutcheon and Greg Popovich having an exchange 43 seconds in. James gets it in for Wade. Clear it for Chalmers. Plenty of time on the shot clock.
That highlights the intensity, I would think, how Popovich has prepared himself and his team for this game.
James really picked it up in the fourth quarter the other night. Here's Wade inside the arc. Rimming, no. Rebounded by Leonard. Kawhi Leonard had another double-double. 22 points, 11 rebounds. Trying to seal that inside, and Duncan was held.
Game number 6. The Spurs did a great job of featuring Tim Duncan in the post area with his 25 in the first half. Part of that question that really carried over to the third and fourth, whether he would have the leg strength and stamina, which he did not down the stretch.
NBA Finals Companion, the ultimate addition to your NBA Finals viewing experience. Live tweets, play-by-play description, photos, you name it. San Antonio on the board first. Parker getting to the interior.
That's that little exchange that they have. Tim Duncan comes out of the post and release. He gets to the elbow, and they run a little dive cut for Tony Parker heading to the basket.
2-0 Spurs in front. Inside, Bosh to James, and he delivers all in one motion.
A quick cut also, a similar cut from the top of the key area by LeBron James with some authority cutting to the basket.
Cross court, James almost had the steal. Green for 2. Duncan pokes it in. The offensive rebound for San Antonio, and it's 4-2 Spurs. Just about 2 minutes gone by in the first.
60 points in the paint for the Spurs. Uh-oh, look at Big Tim.
Duncan's got the steal. Duncan cruises in for the jam.
Now Tim Duncan playing that passing lane, and terrific anticipation to step away right there and into the lane. The Heat not expecting that at all.
6-2 lead for San Antonio. Going. Bosh. No good. Rebounded by Green. Miami opens up. 1 of 3 from the field. Leonard trying to turn the corner. Whips it to the perimeter. Parker with a floater. Short. Wade gets it ahead for James. LeBron James, his 13th career elimination game. Foul called. Ginobili drawing the assignment. And he'll pick up the personal at the 9:18 mark of this first quarter. In those elimination games, James is averaging 31.6 points per game, 10 rebounds, and 6.6 assists. 6-2 Spurs. Chalmers using the James screen. Pull-up pop is good. Mario Chalmers came up big in the first half. In Game 6, he was the best player on the floor for Miami. He finished with 20 points.
Yeah, he shot 7-11 from the floor. Had a terrific floor game overall also.
Chalmers almost comes away with a steal. Instead, he's called for the bump on Parker.
Well, one of the interesting things to me will be how Tony Parker reacts tonight in Game 7, because he played 42.5 minutes or so in Game 6. He's struggling with that hamstring problem. It'll be interesting to see what kind of stamina he has also, and look for Tim Duncan, whether that's going to hold up also with him.
Parker went 6 of 23 from the field in Game 6. Ginobili to the hoop, running one-hander, and it comes off the rim. Wade clears it. Lead feed, James fakes on a 3. James being watched by Green. Bosh the high screen. The cut by Wade, extra feed Chalmers. Chalmers the drive, runs into Ginobili off the side of the backboard and right into his hands, but he was out of bounds.
That's a great note call by the officials also, because Ginobili never moved. Pretty good defensive position, and you're absolutely right. Chalmers wondering why there's no contact on a play like that, and he ends up catching it out of bounds.
San Antonio has never lost in 4 previous trips to the NBA Finals. Miami fell to Dallas 2 years ago. Parker trying to direct traffic. Shot clock is down to 5. Ginobili catching fire. It's a 3. Manu Ginobili from deep.
I think he's going to try to will himself into a good game tonight. He was 2 for 5. And how about the number of turnovers he had? 8 turnovers. Boy, that was just not Manu's type of game.
Including one late when Ray Allen stripped him of the ball. Ginobili was looking for a call. Miller in and out. Leonard's got the board. 5-point lead for the Spurs. push it up the floor. Leonard attacking the rim. Leonard taking it all the way.
Well, coming after the Game 6 where the Spurs knew they had it, they could have put the Heat away and won the championship. This is a remarkable turnaround for them to come out, be up 11-4 right now and playing mentally sharp basketball.
Miller, a three. The natural instinct from the outside was, well, this will be a letdown.
Yeah.
How do you bounce back from knowing that you had it on your fingertips? Ginobili, it ribs out. Rebound, Leonard working hard on the inside. He can't get it to go and knocked out of bounds off of San Antonio.
Well, you bounce back with the veteran play of Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, and then you get these young guys who are playing very well. Leonard is having a terrific series, averaging 10 rebounds, and we all know what Danny Green did up until Game 6 with his phenomenal shooting.
Isolation, James against Leonard. James is wearing a headband. He lost it in the fourth quarter last game. James is off the mark.
You're not going to see the Spurs change the way they're playing him.
Leonard, the pull-up jump. Rebounded on the weak side by Wade. Here's Wade. Foul call. Ginobili is going to get charged with number 2. Bosch set the screen out front. Ginobili knows that he's headed right to the bench.
Well, Dwayne Wade looks like he was slowing down at half court. No question about that call at all. Ginobili just totally out of position. He knew it as soon as the whistle blew.
11-4 Spurs. Wade gives up his dribble and a mismatch with Duncan. Shot clock is down. ahead. Parker swings it for Neal. It's a three. Rimming, no. Rebounded by Bosch. 5-point lead for San Antonio. Miami is 3 out of 10 from the field. Wade for 2. Book it.
He's getting that rhythm up and down the floor. If you recall when he picked up that second foul on Ginobili, you could just see the quickness of that particular move. You could tell the leg strength was there.
Duncan getting an early touch against Bosch. They stay at home. 1-on-1. Duncan. Now Wade is looming, but the open man is Diaw. And Duncan finds him for the deuce.
Great recognition. And how about Diaw filling in on a spot in the open floor so Tim Duncan could see him? You're right, Wade went for that double team around the corner. Didn't get there in time, allowing Diaw to be wide open.
Back to a 5-point game. 4-minute mark of the first. Wade swings it for Allen. Allen puts it on the floor. Allen to the hoop. In traffic, he missed it. Kawhi Leonard, excellent defense.
Sure was. Ray Allen going nowhere off the dribble.
Diaw trying to lead Leonard. Leonard lost it. Turnover San Antonio. The Spurs turned it over 15 times in Game 6.
Yeah, see, look at Wade, and Diaw's right there. We saw a defensive player that came over for the Heat, showed a little flash, and then left. All alone for Diaw.
And Wade picked the wrong angle.
Yeah.
That allowed Diaw to free himself, and Duncan went to his left for the open pass. 15-10, San Antonio. Shane Battier is in. Wade trying to get it to James. LeBron against Diaw. James the back in. Tough to move Diaw. Turnaround jumper. Short. Those are the shots that San Antonio wants LeBron to take. Parker on the move. Picked up by Battier. Parker trying to dump it down low, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Heat. Chris Anderson is in the game. The Birdman for Miami.
Well, look at this here. You see over the shoulder, you can see Neal coming in, and that forces LeBron James to turn around and float away. If Neal doesn't come into the paint to show defensively, then LeBron James can take it to the middle of the floor. They're doing an exceptional job of playing defense on LeBron James away from the ball.
How about this trust level?
Yeah.
Manu Ginobili back in. Greg Popovich sending Ginobili, the veteran, back onto the floor with 2 fouls.
Yep, great call. They're going to go after him, though, I bet.
Neal on a pass for Duncan. Shot clock is down to 8. Anderson is in there to be physical with Duncan. Anderson pulls the chair out from under Duncan. He was looking for a call. Chalmers on the push. Miami down by 5. Chalmers lobs it for no one. Anderson couldn't fill the lane. Ginobili gets it ahead. Leonard. Battier didn't bite on the fake. Down to 2:44 to go in the first. Miami stuck on 10 points. Diaw on a bounce for Duncan. Back in. Anderson on an island. Duncan slips in. He can't finish. Diaw the offensive board. And Diaw wisely clears it. New shot clock for San Antonio. Ginobili. Crossover. Hard drive. And passes it into the backcourt. Neal will touch it. Backcourt violation on San Antonio. Turnover. We'll get a timeout. 2:12 to play in the first quarter. Miami shooting it at 31%. San Antonio at 35%. So far, defensive-minded for the Spurs and Heat in Game 7.
5-point difference in the ball game. 4 guys in this game have 4 points so far. But you guys like the way the refs are calling it?
Yeah, they're calling it tight right now. You just got to adjust your game to the referee, the way they're calling the game. Usually, sometimes they let them play physical. But right now, they're calling it tight. So you have to know when you're getting around the basket, don't expect any fouls to be called.
How comfortable does Dwayne Wade look out there for you?
He looks comfortable. It doesn't look like his knees bothering him. He's attacking the rim. He's backing down. When he gets to the lane, he likes that nice little floater, turn around, baby hook. And here, nice little pull-up jump shot. You know Dwayne Wade is ready, and that's what you want to see. And that gives the Miami Heat, that gives them a little bit of explosion.
San Antonio so far on their offense are 7 for 20 in this ball game. Are they shooting too many jump shots?
Yeah, I think they shouldn't, because right now you got to establish Tim Duncan. And when they established him last game, going to him time and time again, he gets his rhythm. He gets going early, but you don't want to run him out and tire his legs out, because the second half of the last game, he didn't have any legs, but you got to go to him early and get him going.
Miami Heat are 4 for 13 from the field. They're not depending all the way on the jump shots, but what's happening there with their offense?
I think with Miami Heat, when they first came out, they were shooting a lot of jump shots. San Antonio were going inside, but I think it's been good defense, but I think it's a bit of nerves. I think it's a bit of fatigue. They've got to get their legs under them, and once they get into the game, I think they'll start making those shots. So Miami, I can see them doing a lot more as the game goes on.
Okay, let's get back to our commentary. This is 15-10 scoreline. The home side, they trail.
How about the way these two teams have started in this opening quarter?
I think the key thing that you have to talk about here is the pace of this game. If we go back to game number 6, the score at the end of one quarter was 27-25 in favor of the Heat. We're looking at a game right now with a 15-10 score. Obviously, the numbers are way down, as you touched on a moment ago with the shooting percentages. The Heat shooting 31%. So it's kind of a first couple of rounds of a heavyweight fight where they're feeling one another out, not allowing any offense, just protecting themselves and playing the defensive side of the floor.
Home teams are 14-3 all time in Game 7s of the NBA Finals. Log on to NBA.com/fanwatch at the end of each quarter to see if you answered the NBA Challenge questions correctly. Well, we know how Miami has handled itself after losses. 7-0 in the postseason after a loss. That's what they did in Game 6 following the loss in Game 5 to fall back 3-2 in this series. The problem for Miami has been putting together consecutive wins. They haven't won consecutive games in 28 days. That's a 13-game span for a team that won 66 games during the regular season. 66 and 16. So this has been a long stretch for Eric Spoelstra and company. And it all comes down to this one game. Winner take all.
Well, the one thing about that, too, is, after the Game 6, I'm sure you did the same thing, and most people did. We talked about it a little bit. How would the Spurs react? I mean, they had a chance, as we touched on, to knock Miami out of this thing. And I was wondering a lot over the last day and a half, would they have the mindset to come back, get off the mat, the canvas, and step into this game and almost push that one aside? And so far, even though the numbers have not been great shooting the basketball, I think they've established that they've forgotten to a degree what Game 6 was and what it could have meant to them.
On the floor, James, Anderson, Chalmers, Battier, and Allen for Miami. Battier a three. Bottom! Shane Battier from deep. And Battier has rediscovered his perimeter game.
And it has helped his defensive effort.